The day was already off to a bad start. It began with a nasty razor cut just under his chin, and this did not bode well for his celeb status, because he was known for his great chin. So he thought, what I need is some fresh air. So he ran outside, jumped on his Harley, gave the engine a big rev, and headed south to the tough town on the border, where everyone drinks from kegs and plays with razors. He would have to watch his back because of his tenuous stature and his fetish for wearing eyeliner, along with his muter approach to conversation. He let his eyes do the talking, except when he first laid his eyes on her. She was wearing a fab leather-skin coat over tight black leather pants, and she wore the coat a bit open in the front to reveal that there was nothing else underneath but her beautiful body, and it made me sorry that I had just taken a lewd before arriving. With my slurred words and X-ray vision, I praised her nice jugs, and could immediately tell that she was someone who could cook and sew just like my mom. In fact, the closer I looked, the more familiar she looked. Very familiar. Hi, Mom. Hi. Thanks God I had taken a vow of celibacy. Otherwise, I might have inadvertently bedded my own mother, and that could have led to her pregnancy. Then I would be the father and the brother at the same time. This blew my mind, so I went to have a piece of pie and ponder it. Just then, an old toothless, mangy-looking old guy came up to me, really close, and right in my face said, "Eh?" He tried to grab me, and I moved quickly, but so did he. "Ha, ha, ha," is all he said. I spun and darted, but I couldn't elude him. He started yelling things like, "Your lust reveals that you are a sinner. You will sow deformed and depraved offspring. Only one thing can save you. Trust in the Federal Reserve. Only through the net profit of the system can we buy our way into the golden vault of salvation." I gave him a nickel, and lo and behold, a boon of the most massive proportion manifested right before my eyes. It was the celestial yoga teacher goddess. She shined golden rays of light and was totally limber. She caused people to oh and ah as she gyrated her lithe body into impossibly twisted poses, and then quickly dashed off to the next CODA meeting, Codependence Anonymous, where she would delude everyone into thinking that breathing pure air and thinking only good thoughts could bring one closer to the understanding of the meaning of Om. I followed her there and asked, "Yo, what is this axiom of enlightened yoga you speak of?" She immediately launched into a discourse on the 14th letter of the Greek alphabet Z, which made no sense to me, made me wonder about what Grandpapa used to say, "Don't dip your pen if you ain't got nothing worthwhile to write down." So then I felt I should ask her again about the state of my waning chi, and hoped that she wasn't going to say that I was going to die any time soon, but she wouldn't give me her ear to listen. So I started walking back to the Wild Club to have a drink when I saw Grandmama's Cass in an antique store window. I remembered it had a secret compartment. My heart was beating so fast from the excitement and anticipation of what could be in that secret compartment that I had to stop in my tracks, breathe deeply, do a couple of minutes of Tai Chi, and then still my trembling hands as I gently pried open the stuck drawer. You won't believe what I found. My head was swimming. I barely knew what was happening. I couldn't even remember how I got into the closed, locked antique store. Maybe the quaaludes were still affecting me. Anyway, a golden glow came from inside the drawer, and I slowly pulled out the magical conch medallion. It had a ratio of 2-to-1 rubies to sapphires. This is the kind of thing that can render a person speechless, and indeed it did. Just then a police car with blaring sirens pulled up in front of the store, and the spotlight was fully on my shocked and stunned face. I quickly held the medallion to my chest and wished that I wasn't there, and then everything began to fade away. The next thing I knew, I was lying in bed. I picked up a piece of mail off of the nightstand. Ed Podman, 123 Maple Street, Erie, NE. Was that me? Who am I? I was definitely not in the same body. Could I really be in a weird dream state, or was this reality? Suddenly the door opened and some people came in. Yeah, you're awake, finally. Are you feeling better? Yeah, I heard myself saying in a very strange Norwegian accent. I had a feeling that this weird dream would soon be over and that I had learned an important leer. Lo and behold, it was, as long as you have good abs, it doesn't matter if you win or lose.